Hey, Mr. Clash, and today we're going to have a look at a Town Hall 11 six-pack using the same troop combination that you can see at the bottom here. 10 giants, 10 witches, 15 bowlers. So we'd be calling this a bit of a Jai-Bowie if we were going to use the old sort of terminology. Of course, you might also call it Jai-Bowitch, but whatever. Notice there's one jump spell. Now, at Town Hall 10, you might be inclined to punch in with the siege machine, use the jump spell somewhere in the base to get deeper access, therefore being able to bring in a couple of other things. But what you're going to see here in this attack is you can see the town halls at the bottom here. So let's just have a look at a little bit of a drawing here. So what you want to do in this attack, what the attacker is going to do, he's going to come to the town hall. So remember to find out where the siege machine is going to go. Kind of dropping it like that. It's not 100%. Obviously my line's gone a little bit wonky. So this siege machine is going to path to one expo. And this is key here. The jump spell is for the other expo. However you put it down. So I think it's here. I can't really remember. I can, but I just want to show you that you can put it in various places to achieve your goal. So if it's here, skellies pop, things might run off down this way. If it's here, great. You do run the risk of double bounce, knocking out that, and then bowlers and everything pathing around, you won't get it. There is always that risk. So you are considering where am I going to, a bit messy there. So where am I going to place the jump spell? Is it going to be something like that, for instance? That will get in here, a little bit in there, and in there. So that's a good spot for it. Anyway, so that's the basic principle. It's pretty simple. Siege machine on one inferno, jump for the other inferno. You've got 3 rages of heal. You've got the Grand Warden. Now remember, this is Town Hall 11, of course. So without further ado, let's see that in action. I'm going to show you 2 attacks in this one. We're going to see the same principle in both attacks. And this was a clean-up attack. So giants have gone down first, followed by a nice, slow, steady deployment of witches. Then the bowlers come in. Now, the thing with the bowlers is you can deploy that line of bowlers and then hold on for a few bowlers like you saw there. And then those last 3 bowlers went in behind the siege machine. So you've got a group of bowlers going in behind the siege machine. So you can see that jump did caress that little wall to encourage bowlers to get in there with some skellies. Of course, Grand Warden's ability, King Rage. Now, if the King can get onto that Inferno Tower, that's fantastic. Will he get there? Will bowlers get there? Will Skelly? Oh my goodness. That left-hand Inferno Tower is almost down. Just managed to stay up just that little bit. But it's okay because everything else is pathed around the outside. Now, we are going to pause this video in a little bit. We're going to count the witches that he's got left. Now, remember, he brought 10 witches into this attack. So it's just an interesting matter to see how many he's got left. And look at that. The siege machine got all the way through the base. Down here, had some bowlers in the siege machine. So there's a little bit of extra double bounce coming from the bowlers in the siege machine. Giant, of course, because you've got the extra troop space. So put a giant. So giant and bowlers is what's in the siege machine. So look at all the skellies there. Look at all that. Now we're just going to pause here for a second, see if we can count the witches. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think there's another witch up there. So 7 out of the 10 witches we know are surviving. So he's only lost 3 witches. So that's a lot of skellies to continue to spawn and distract weapons and so on and so forth. Grand Warden's got heaps of health. Queen's still got some very good health on her level 50 Queen. It's going to be very hard for anything to actually target the Queen outside of all the skellies. Of course, the big bomb takes out skellies and things, so that does enable some weapons to get onto the Queen. So we've got the Grand Warden getting targeted there somehow by that archer, but now this archer's onto the skellies. It's no-brainer. The base is going down. Look at too many witches, too many skellies over here distracting the Inferno. Grand Wizard's going to take it out. Remember that Inferno was almost down. Lovely 3-star attack from killer instinct. Now let's go have a look at the second attack. Now this was a cleanup. Now we're going to have a look at a fresh hit. All right, as you can see on the clock here, we've got 1 minute and 46 seconds, so we don't have really too much time on this one. So in this case, coming into this base, if you're following the same sort of principle where we're going to have the siege machine go down one and jump down the other, there's only one place in the base that can happen, and that's coming from this side. So in that case, the only way that can happen is, you could put the siege machine in through here, but that's not really going to happen. So siege machine through here somewhere along this wall to, well, you know, to the town hall. So siege machine probably dropped around here somewhere. And with the spread, because remember we had the spread of giants that happens first, then the spread of witches. So the giants distract the weapons so the witches can spawn skeletons, and then the skeletons add to distraction. Then we've got the line of boulders. Everything starts the path forward. Drop the heroes, siege machine, then the heroes. That's generally how it is. Keep a small handful of bowlers behind, ready to drop them behind the siege machine. So there's a nice little bunch following in the siege machine. Now you can see here with the siege machine going this way, the only way to get to the other inferno is to put a jump around here. That's my spiral jump. We'll call it the spiral jump. But you can see the whole principle in action. Siege machine, one inferno, jump at the other. Okay, so let's have a look at that in action. It's the same principle from the first attack, and this was a fresh hit too, by the way, as I've mentioned. So here go the giants. Giants go down nicely. Nice row of witches have gone down, so the witches weren't going to get targeted. Siege machine, bowlers have gone down. Siege machine, you did see that siege machine and the other bowlers went down. Now these bowlers are going to path down there with the king, but the Grand Warden and the Queen's going to go in. The Grand Warden's going to have to make a decision where he wants to go, obviously, because that's how Grand Wardens work. So we're going to have a poison down on the clan troops any second there. Grand Warden's ability is being used. Keep everything up. As per usual, it's better to use the Grand Warden's ability earlier instead of trying to keep it up till late. So here we go. Jump spell to get access to the second Inferno Tower and the double bounce of bowlers and things like that, and witches will take out the eagle. Now, obviously, this moat is a little bit of a problem, but it's not really too much of a problem because with the Queen's ability still not used, a whole bunch of skellies in the area, and that's it. Queen's out. Now, if she can come in through the second wall, which is what she's doing, you can see she's shooting the wall there. She'll get in and wipe out a couple of those weapons. They'll be in her range, while the skellies distract weapons on the side, and you've got a bunch coming up from this side. There's just way too much going on in this base for this not to be a 3-star, and as you already saw that it was less than 2 minutes for a 3-star. Queen will take out that cannon, and this cannon's the only one that survived. But we just know that if you're the cannon operator of that cannon, you're just cringing in your boots at that stage. You're like, oh my goodness, look at everything that's coming towards me. And that is it. Game over for the base. All right, so we'll just run this one again, just so that you can see the principle in action. It's the same action. They're the troops. Very simple troop combo. Giants, witches, 10, 10, 15. Bowlers in the CC. 4 rage, 1 heal, 1 jump, and a poison for the clan troops. So no free spell in this combo. This is just how the combo runs. Okay, so while this just runs through, let's get through to the question of the day. So the question of the day, you may have heard this one before. If you have, it's an oldie but a goodie. Tell it to people you know anyway, and especially if you're a dad, tell it to your kids so they can go, oh, Dad. Anyway, so the question is, how do you catch a unique animal? How do you catch a unique animal? The answer is you sneak up on it. you sneak up on it. Anyway, that's it for today. Do please leave the video a thumb up. It does help the channel. Do leave a comment. If you've tried this technique, do please let me know how you've gone with it. If you've found the siege on one, jump on the other inferno to work for you, do please let me know that. I am interested in the feedback of any of the attacks that I show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.